Good evening, Mrs. Goswick. How are you feeling?
Spare me your false compassion. It won't change all the bad publicity I intend to shine upon this toxic place.
I've been there.
This place was bad from the start.
I found your son's suicide note, Beatrice. Maybe you'd like to read it.
Stop torturing me, Dr. Reed. It's too much. Do you have no heart?
I just wanted you to know that Mortimer wrote this letter for you.
I am going to tell everyone about this damned hospital. I will warn them about the cruelty, indifference, and danger this place represents.
I don't expect you to believe me, but I admire your courage. I really do.
I never gave up on my son. Despite everything he's done, everything he has said, I thought I could save him. Even from himself.
Hello?
You aren't going to stay here forever, Mrs. Goswick. What are you going to do after your crusade against the hospital?
I'll stay as long as I want to, sir. I'm rich. Very rich. And I intend to spend all my money to close this place down. That's my plan.
Interesting.
Why hide his suicidal tendencies?
Mortimer was already so fragile. To be arrested for a suicide attempt would have killed him.
Your killer,
But he
thank you so much for
died
that
anyway.
host.
Violently murdered. Yes. My poor boy escaped tragedy only to face an even worse fate.
You don't even know if he was murdered.
What do you mean by a toxic place?
I hold you responsible, sir. You and everyone else in this shameful hospital. I was a fool to bring my Mortimer here. A fool.
A fool? What do you mean by that?
He tried to kill himself. I had him hospitalized in this secluded place to avoid a legal inquiry. And now he's been murdered.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so... Wait. Yeah, I have to go this way. Hello? How's it going, Kyle? It's this way, correct? Yeah, okay. And this way. I don't even know why I'm picking up stuff, like...
29 Pretty Orchard Street. This
I
is
technically don't need any of this shit.
What's in there for me? There's been a fight here.
Oh god, yeah, eh? That's the worst. So how are you liking the story so far, though? Now that you're at Ascalon?
It's locked, all right.
Oh god, yeah. Nice. Okay. Oh my god, I'm having like an issue here. This is the place. Blood splatter. I don't need that.
This
Oh, wait,
window
there.
was shattered with violent force.
Oh.
Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that? Where does this blood trail lead?
Just follow it then.
It's an leech! Kill it!
I was actually tempted to just finish off the hospital before I came here, but I'm like, ugh. My game's already messed up anyway. Like, I might as well just destroy everything.
It's an leech! Kill it!
Search her pockets.
Only a golden watch in her pockets.
I'm gonna take it. Take the watch.
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
I see you.
Oh snap.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
Yeah, you might as well. I guess I have no choice. Oh yeah, I remember the last time I was here. Okay. And these people need to learn how to close their doors and lock it.
Jonathan.
What was that? I won't let you escape.
Well, why not?
Very fast, but I'll catch you. They've all been butchered.
You were 18? Okay. Last time...
Still sense.
Yeah, I think I was around 18 also for this fight. Or maybe a little bit less. It was 16 or 18 whenever I came here the last time.
Come to me.
You! What have you done?
I didn't do
Vicar
nothing.
Larrabee.
Calm down.
What happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar. Jonathan is no demon. He's just a loving son returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, it has been you all along.
Oh, it's me, all right, precious brother.
Why did you lure me here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
All smiling,
Mary.
all dead. You know.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner.
Yeah.
The entertainer? The star of our show?
Mary, let me
Yeah,
explain.
for me, Mary killed him. And I was like,
It's my
"Aw,
turn to
damn
do
it,
the
she
talking."
healed.
I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Right then. Speak.
Yeah, speak faster, Mary. Let's go. I don't have time for this shit.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband killed in France. My child carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital, cemetery to cemetery,
Like, I get why she's
grave to
pissed,
grave.
but still.
I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were,
Oh my god, look at my
in
eyes.
front of me, on a dark pier.
It was the hunger. You know it now as well.
The joy to have finally found you.
Yeah.
I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again. As you did when we were children. It was this.
The worst is when you
filthy
die and
dock
restart
where
a
you
fight.
greeted your sister.
They never
I
give you
dug
back
a
that
tunnel
blood that
from
you
my
lost.
grave with my
It's like-
fingers and teeth.
Or your potions.
Mary. I had taken your life before I realized it was you. I tried to kill myself.
But you failed
only
in
me
your
that loves
attempt.
to do honey
We cannot
cooking.
die, can we? We are a
Maybe?
plague. I've watched you, Jonathan. You pull the strings and sever them.
I've done what I had to do. I did not choose this fate. But I will have my answers.
Ugh. There are no answers, Doctor. There's nothing left but pain and lies and treachery.
It's not your lucky day, Conan.
Mary, wait!
Time to go, Mother. Give my regards to my son.
No! No!
Eh? Whoa, whoa, whoa!
This is what I do to those I cherish. Can you imagine what I've in mind for you?
I'll destroy you!
Finally, we hear the truth. Dr. Reed, admit it. You're a monster who takes joy in killing, who relishes the chase, the secrecy of it all.
I'm still a scientist. I shall find a cure for this madness.
You lie to yourself. Confess your sins.
Over the slaughtered corpse of our mother!
Are those tears, brother dear? Your heart still bleeds with
Shit.
emotion. My dead heart has dried.
Well, I guess things change depending on how many people you
are
kill.
mad.
Oh, so that's what I am, Doctor. Mad? I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing voices, one in particular. That of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you.
Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna happen
Not for
either.
betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. So that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my head.
I cannot let you kill again, Mary.
Well, in a good sense, it saves me from having
Time to
kill them
die,
all.
brother. And this time for good.
What?
Left me to rot in
Yeah,
this
Mary.
grave.
Sorry.
Jonathan, kill him.
I will.
Revel
Because I
in your
can.
true nature. Kiss me. You've spared the precious nurse Crane, but not your own Mary. What have you done? You killed me, brother, because you spared Sean Hampton. Don't expect the same mercy from me.
Yeah, no, right?
Cunt. to me, Jonathan.
Goodbye, Mary. Exactly. It's kind of ironic, right?
Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all.
Oh!
The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
Aw! Damn it! I was hoping he'd let her
I
go.
will find a cure, Mary.
Damn it! 5 times faster than your
At
fight.
last, I can forgive you.
Yeah, but you killed Mother. Man, I was really hoping he'd let her go. Sad. A few nights later.
Blood. As I shed one last wet tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around
He's like,
a
no, you
single
have to
word.
talk to me, okay?
The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed.
And I am a
I
vampire.
am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Did that happen last time? Oh. Oh, they're the Great Hunt. Okay. Okay, I don't think it really matters. Seymour. Oh, Tom's revolver's orange. Interesting. Am I going to do Val later? Probably not. Yeah, never. You basically can't mesmerize her. It's impossible. I think mesmerize 5 is the highest you can get. I've thought about it too. Looking at her is like, can I? It's like, yeah, no, it's impossible.
Jonathan, old chap, how are you tonight? I've seen little of you of late.
I was conducting research in my room, away from the nightly routines.
Swansea.
Of course, of course. Worry not, I understand. The situation has been testy around here. I won't deny it, but we still stand.
I have received an alarming letter from Lady Ashbury.
I think it'd be kind
She
of cool
wants me
too.
to meet her at her house.
Unless
Been
they
granted
plan
safe
on
passage.
Then you are twice
making a
fortunate.
number 2.
I have never been invited to the ladies' mansion. And with the
Which would be
quarantine
kinda
and
cool.
controls, city access is nigh impossible.
How the story would change based on, like, the decisions
Why
that
have
you
you
made.
never entered the lady's house? You are one of her good friends, are you not?
My dear Jonathan, you have no idea how
would be
reclusive the good
awesome.
lady normally is. Nor in what great esteem she must hold you to let you into her domain.
Is the quarantine serving any purpose?
It is helping
I hope they
slow
make
the
us a number
propagation
2.
of the epidemic.
Oh, I hope.
But as long as we have no clue to its origin, its efficiency is limited.
What news do you bring?
The news is not good, my friend. We try to keep the epidemic at bay, but street violence is escalating quickly.
Oh god.
Tell me more about the violence.
Jeffrey
Yeah.
McCallum seems to have sent his war dogs on a hunt. On a nightly basis,
I
Freewen
hated fighting
patrols
those guys.
exterminate every skull and vampire they find.
Have they come closer to the hospital?
No, they mainly focus on fallen districts or abandoned buildings. But they're growing in numbers. They must be recruiting heavily.
How bad is the epidemic?
It is killing the infected patients faster. In less than 2 days now. The only blessed...
A Mesmerize 6, sorry, is last.
Have you any reliable friends in the West End who might assist me?
Unfortunately, you will be alone. Except for our ravishing red-headed acquaintance, of course.
What of my commission here at Pembroke Hospital?
Nothing to fear, Jonathan. Your position here is in no jeopardy. You
Oh,
remain
God, that's
one of
what I
us,
did.
and you are always most welcome.
You
What
gotta
about
use
the
your
Brotherhood of St.
surroundings.
Paul Stole?
In that situation.
Where are they?
There are only a few of us, and most others would not speak to you. I am the black sheep of our brotherly flock, you know.
Ah, really? Oh, Swansea. Swansea.
Thank you, Edgar. We shall speak again later.
Goodbye, dude. We will speak again later. Oh, she's real. Oh, okay. Ah. The mom is dead, and I still never even got to meet her. Like, it's kind of sad. Hello. Oh God, yes. Thinking. Hey, let's go level up first. How's it going? I'm not too bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I don't even use bite anymore though. really need bullets either, but I'll take it. Yeah. Of course. I have to. But it's hard. It's hard.
They are criminals who treat you at Pembroke. This hospital is a danger to its patients.
It is hard because it's like
These people with your life.
there's some people you just want to destroy, you know? And then there's other people you're like, aw, I don't really want to, I like you. Yeah, exactly. Like, if I had time, I would like to do a third play where I only kill the people that give me my weapons and then not kill the other people.
You must prepare, child, for the
And see
earth
how it
is
changes
green
based on
and
that.
The harvest is upon us.
Stay away,
But
whoever you are.
This is no time for petty quarrels,
killing homeless
my
kids is
champion.
bad.
Can you not hear?
Yeah,
The famished queen has awoken.
that kid didn't even give me a weapon, so it's kind of sad. Go away.
Leave me! Return to the shadows
No,
and
no,
never come back!
But the shadows are our home. And wherever you stand, my son, I stand beside you.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child.
Come.
Do not succumb to
No, no.
Silence! I dismiss you now!
the land calls for a
No,
champion.
no, no. Next
All
time,
and everyone needs you.
I will figure out where my mistake
Silence.
was. Because there's gotta be
I have
somewhere,
only
something I
puppet
messed
shows.
up. For them to not unlock that hint for me. Huh?
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this.
Well, I've never seen that before. Yeah, vampire, I'm trying to help you! Dude, really? You want some of this? God, I was trying to help you. What an ass. Seriously. Where am I? See, that's the thing. I googled it last night before I went to sleep, and it's unlocked via the vampire hunter and Tom. So I think there's something I missed when talking to them. Like I went through their options too fast, and I missed the trigger point for that hint. Because we talk to so many people that we don't pay attention to every little detail and don't remember
So this
everything
is
that we
where she
did.
lives. What a splendid
So you
house.
got lucky.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in.
Luckily,
we have
though,
much to discuss.
if you just focus the main story, it's not a long game.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting...
No, but like, the one thing I can say, every time I talk to the Vampire Hunter and Tom,
A long
I
time
skim
ago,
through
a friend
the
asked
talking
me to
very
paint this for
fast.
him.
I just don't like talking to them.
I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many
Failed.
things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my
I'm not
friends
your
when
friend.
uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
Killed everyone.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan.
There's
The
6
situation
chapters.
is critical. We do not have
7
the
is kind of
luxury
like a
of
bonus.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive
So
the
if
dark
you're at
nights tomorrow,
Escalon,
we shall have all the time in the world.
you're
to speak
basically
to you and I.
more than halfway through.
For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course, to your health, Jonathan.
My health is great. Look,
And
look at my
to
eyes,
yours,
man.
my lady.
She's like, oh, it smells so good.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon
What's up,
Club.
Devin? Yeah. Look, I find if you're doing no kill, all side quests, taking time talking to everybody, looking for all the collectibles, the game is long. But if you're just flying through main story and killing, it's very short.
They have done nothing but impede my investigation since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even.
How's it
I
going,
have
Devin?
seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it.
My eyes are
If
getting
Lord
more and
Redgrave
more
had made you
evil.
his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
Oh god, yeah, I love this game.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, You must go to the Ascalon Club and play their
Oh, I
game.
will play
Will
their
I see
game.
you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
Sounds good.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should
At
be
least she's
honored,
not
my
yelling
lady.
at me
Then
yet
it is
for
settled.
killing so many people.
Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Like,
Something
in a way,
tells
I'm
me you're not
happy
very
it's
keen on
not
the
super
man.
long.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are
Oh my
honorable,
god, I wish.
but their attitude
I
and
really do
opinions
hope.
are somewhat antiquated.
Because, like, by the game's
I
not
see.
being super long.
As long as they
You can
deny
replay it
access
multiple
to female
times.
applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the
And it
natural
doesn't take-
order of things.
Long?
Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course,
But then again, I'm at 50 hours into
but
Vampire.
why the fear in your voice?
Look at me,
And
Jonathan.
that's two
I am.
I
two
mean,
replays?
really look at me, young Ekon.
Whoa, you
We
didn't...
may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Go, my friend,
Good morning.
but come back to me soon.
You walked into some, woo. I know, see, that's why I was really hoping I didn't make a mistake this time. Because I was really hoping to get all my achievements on this run, but Sean messed everything up again.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Oh my god! Fuck. Oh shit, God! I can't see! Shit, my stamina. Oh, I got it! Nice, congrats on that. Like, I know I can get all the achievements. Because all I'm missing for Vampire, basically, is the collectible weapon stuff.
You killed her! Quick now!
No! Aww.
Recognize him?
No, this one ain't on our list.
Well, that's one less anyway. Make McCullum happy.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
I did that on the first playthrough. So I'm not gonna bother this time. Poor vampire. You hope you go and visit. It's not hard to miss, as long as you examine everywhere.
The West End.
I'm home.
Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Cross the lanes, boys! I'll take its head!
Shit. Goodbye, man. Goodbye.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected. Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much.
Wait,
Don't.
your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir.
I understand.
She's a smart lady.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Yes.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything
that
I need
is
to
a hard
know about
decision, because
vampire
if you don't want
tricks, their
spoilers,
nature as well as features.
You
Your
already
mother
pre-know
is
ahead of
like
time that I'm going to be
any
killing
other
everybody.
I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Technically, I don't.
What are you doing
I don't
out
even need
here?
to talk
You
to
mean
these
what do
people.
I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir.
Actually,
Well,
how are the locals reacting to your
people here...
Hard
explosives?
choice.
She is my
Have you any reason?
recent...
Let.
Oh, that
Are you a suffragette then?
all ad...
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte.
Really?
Right, because I don't really have time.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10,
She
she
adopted?
adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she...
The correct...
Who are your real parents? Do you live...
I still...
What do you think?
I was raped.
Is-
Too much,
Even
I
if...
suppose.
Yes, you were...
Come on.
Ooh. It's funny how there's no relationship to the I can't even say it. Social circle.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been...
Yeah. Alright. There we go. That's one way of doing it.
Good evening, miss.
I am...
Miss.
No.
What is the local
Who is
news
this?
hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows.
What
The rat.
Miss Billow,
Oh yes, this is okay.
tell me
Hey,
about
chicas.
the voice in your
How's it
head.
going?
Who is it? Can you describe?
Keep you...
Do you feel compelled?
Yeah.
Tell me about yourself. Don't you
I was...
That's good. Not bad.
Okay.
She's taking care of business. Hells yes. This girl bothered me the last time. I know there's no reason to kill her, but... I can't do it here? Oh my god, like how far do I have to freaking walk her? Man. Like, seriously, there's no people here. Oh, annoying. Oh, there. Now I can do it. Goodbye.
Thank you for releasing me. I can finally say the name of my torturer. It's Jacob Blackwood.
Jacob Blackwood. Who's Jacob Blackwood? Interesting. Carry on, people. Future, yeah. It's kind of funny. Ah, there we go. This is what I... You.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence.
Clarence.
Clarence Crossley.
How are you?
How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. So many things have happened.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you
From the
forgot
back?
what
I believe
people
the
are like
door's
in this
locked.
part of town, Johnny. Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
But I can try that right after this.
But you're alive.
After
You
I
returned in
eat
one
this
piece
guy.
and you have a family. How many soldiers?
Leave.
I have to pretend I care for like 2 seconds.
When did you escape the war and return?
You know?
What is...
Why, so...
I know what you mean.
Of course.
E. 900 EXP. I'd be killing him so fast. Okay, you can
You
live a
need
little
some
bit longer.
rest, Clarence.
Just
You
for now,
should try
dude.
to...
The back of the club. Okay, so here's the front. Oops. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've tried it before the door was locked.
I cannot enter.
Yeah.
It's locked, all right.
You have to lock. You have to unlock it from the inside. No problem. Okay, I'm gonna let Crosley survive a tad bit longer.
Between men and women.
What's up, Calhoun?
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit, it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Doctor. I'm
The
Jonathan
secret
Reed.
vampire fetish club
Welcome,
in the
Dr.
basement.
Reed.
Be careful.
Welcome to my humble shop.
Oh, Calhoun, you're strong.
I may have a look at your goods.
I
Mr.
know,
Russell.
right? I freaking want that. Do you have what I... That's trigger. Oh, shit. This is the first time I ever had this much money. Wow.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not some...
Are you
London?
I use that...
Really?
I'm afraid the real...
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to
It'd be
live
nice
in
if
such
they
an
released
era of progress.
DLC with more costumes.
Are you not concerned about the
I
epidemic?
might. I would
Oh,
be like,
I'm
okay,
sure the
we're gonna
authorities will take
replay the
appropriate
game
measures
because
if
we
the
have a
danger
top
was
hat
that
now.
high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit?
Yeah.
For the thrill of it?
Because they don't want you killing them, I guess.
Is
Those
it not
guys
a little too late
are like
to be
neutral
trading?
territory.
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
It's like, what's her name?
So you prefer to
Old
work
Bridget
at night?
and Ashbury
I
are pretty much like
also
the only
enjoy
characters
a
it's
sunny
like you
day
can't
like
touch.
everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids,
I don't know.
and all the random violence.
Please, sir.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city.
I must
Read?
find it.
Oh.
I guess I can do that for you, dude. Since I can't kill
Goodbye,
you
Miss.
yet. Goodbye, Mr. Russell. You get to survive a little bit longer.
Equality between men and women.
Man. Fine, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
I'm sure they do. Wait, why am I even... I'm like looting the place. It's like, I don't even need to loot anything. Get up the damn stairs. Yes, finally. I wanted that. Whoa! Money, 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 money. Whatever, let's just take everything he has. They're rich. They can buy new shit. Seriously though, who just leaves coins lying around like this?